Not sure what to add to that. Adam, thank you very much. Thank you for introducing this talk. Thank you for your leadership of the SGA. This is my 7th opportunity to speak with you about the state of the university. Actually, it comes as I begin 9 years of service here. The tradition at Emory of presenting an annual State of the University message affords us an opportunity to reflect and celebrate on the events of the past year, and in this particular year, our 175th anniversary year, it gives us an opportunity to draw a few lessons from the deeper past. It's also an opportunity to challenge ourselves, an opportunity to pursue, to talk about opportunities ahead, as well as confront issues for the future. So the state of Emory University, it's very good. But instead of asking you simply to take my word for it and concluding remarks right now, I hope in the next few minutes to present to you some persuasive descriptions of the health of our 3 primary enterprises, that is education, research and scholarship, and healthcare, and also to talk to you about our financial health and the health of our scholarly community broadly. So those 5 regions. I trust that you will agree not only that the state of our university in each of these categories is good, but that we can be enthusiastic and hopeful about our future. So let's get into it. Let's consider first the educational enterprise. Rankings for our institution, as Adam mentioned, and accolades for our distinguished faculty tell us that others actually believe that our academic enterprise is strong. In the past year, we've collectively added to our academic achievements in significant ways. Last spring, we graduated a record number of students who had earned Fulbright grants to study, teach, and do research abroad, and they'll be great ambassadors for Emory. Among our graduates was another Marshall Scholar, and Emory students made up this year one of the largest cohorts of graduates from medium-sized colleges serving either in the Peace Corps or in Teach for America. There is much to be proud of concerning our students. Among our faculty, last year brought significant accomplishments as well. In the School of Theology, Woodruff Professor Luke Johnson received an eminent Louisville Grawemeyer Award in Religion. And Candler Professor Brooks Hullifield, Brooks is now newly emeritus professor, he was elected to the American Academy of Arts and Sciences. In the college, Larry Barcelow from psychology, Michelle Lample from anthropology, David Lynn from chemistry, all were elected fellows of the American Association for the Advancement of Sciences. And in the health sciences, Woodruff Professor of Genetics Steve Warren was elected to the National Academy of Sciences. And also, most recently, Popular Science magazine recognized our biologist Jaap de Root as one of what they called the Brilliant 10 top scientists younger than 40 who are doing significant research. Over the past 5 years, thanks to the largesse of the Woodruff Foundation and its grant of a Presidential Strategic Initiative Fund, it's been my privilege to be able to support directly some initiatives of many of our faculty, specifically in the arts and sciences, where a modest financial boost could make a real difference. A list of those creative faculty initiatives is suggestive and helpful. The program in Citizenship and Democracy, which was launched by English professor Mark Bauerlein and continues now under Mellon Professor of Politics and History, Harvey Clare, helps undergraduates acquire the knowledge, the understanding, and civic skills to become active and informed citizens through selected courses, classic texts, lectures by public figures, and community participation. That program is now in its 4th year, and it has used the modest support from this central fund to attract generous external grants for it to continue. The Pre-Health Mentoring Office, a collaboration between Emory College and the Career Center, successfully and dramatically has strengthened the advising process for undergraduates interested in health-related careers. The fundings to get this program underway has paid off by improving the rates of admission of Emory graduates into top medical schools and by giving the program real stability and rigor. And with the President's Strategic Initiative Funds and Faculty Distinction Fund together, we have made opportunistic appointments of distinguished faculty members throughout the university We also have brought to campus internationally renowned artists, people like Salman Rushdie and Robert Spano, for extended residencies and teaching. And the Emory Tibet Science Initiative, a far-reaching collaboration, very far-reaching collaboration involving faculty in anthropology and biology, chemistry, psychiatry, and religion. It's creating lasting and transformative curriculum for teaching Western science to Tibetan monastics. These accomplishments and others, I think, are consistent with the declaration that the current state of our educational enterprise is good. But what about the future? In the past half-century, society's expectations of higher education have changed. You know, once the key word was access, folks wanted to get to college, and now the words have changed. It's affordability, or sometimes utility, or even accountability of higher ed. Where once the aim was to serve society by transforming individuals through maturation, now the aim is often understood to be preparation of an individual for a job. Not a career, not a calling, but a job, and specifically that first job. I think as we move more deeply into the 21st century, Emory and other institutions of liberal learning will be asked increasingly to defend our approaches to curriculum, admissions, financing, and measurement of outcomes. Emory is in a good position to make that defense, but we need to speak very boldly and unapologetically about what we are doing to serve society's needs through liberal learning, rather than merely addressing society's wants. Consider accessibility and affordability for a moment. Last year, under the leadership of Provost Lewis, we created a new organizational structure for student enrollment activities, from admissions to financial aid to registration, and we put in place a new management council and advisory committee. Emory reached a plateau in its admissions, and now we have an opportunity to improve significantly our acceptance rate and yield in Emory College, both of which, by the way, have improved for this year's freshman class. With an active search for a new dean of admissions, we believe that we are well underway for implementing a strategic enrollment plan to meet the needs for Emory's College of Arts and Sciences. At the same time, we continue to be committed to making Emory as affordable as possible for the best students, regardless of their means. Emory Advantage for undergraduate students in Emory College of Arts and Sciences, Oxford College, Goosewetta Business School, Nell Hodgson Woodruff School of Nursing, continues to make Emory more affordable for low and middle income, high quality students. Last year, there were 802 new and returning Emory Advantage undergraduates. And the admissions yield for that program, in other words, the desirability of that program, is about 70%, compared to about 30% for all other Emory matriculates. In May, we graduated that program's first group of undergraduates who had received aid from the program for all 4 years. And they were able to graduate with indebtedness of $15,000 or less. We remain committed to raising the philanthropic support that's going to be necessary to continue to support that program. Of course, it is not essentially enrollment activities that make us who we are today and provide a guiding vision for the future of our educational mission. Remember that Emory University was founded on, formed by, and remains dedicated to the principles of liberal learning. You heard Adam mention this. And this is liberal learning as exercised in our graduate and professional schools, as well as in our traditional liberal arts disciplines. Emory retains that ideal to this day, and it's an ideal that animated our founders 175 years ago. The belief that education in the humanities and the sciences together is essential for the deepest understanding of what it means to be human. Better yet, liberal education lays the foundation for continual self-education in the years after formal schooling. And beyond these private benefits for the individual, liberal learning has a public benefit. It enables men and women to know their own minds with integrity and to be able to appreciate the perspectives of others. It prepares men and women for citizenship because it draws them out of themselves and into the broad society of which they are a part, and to which they owe interest, concern, and if possible, leadership. I think Emory does all of this quite well, but we can do better at promoting the values of a well-prepared mind. At times, I sense that some of our students, particularly those in the humanities, history, English majors, philosophy, I feel sometimes these students are apologetic about the so-called impracticality of their disciplines, rather than emboldened by the strength and agility of their thinking powers. Powers necessary to imagine the future and addressing problems that threaten to get in the way of progress toward that future. So yes, while I think we do liberal learning well, we need to do it better. And so I applaud Provost Lewis's new university-wide initiative to determine what it means to own the liberal arts. As this initiative gets underway, we must raise awareness of the value of liberal learning as both an end in itself and as a foundational component of the professions. Breakdowns on Wall Street that precipitated the Great Recession, for example, arguably resulted not from a lack of intellectual capacity on Wall Street, but from a lack of intellectual breadth that could bring ethics and humanity to bear on the work of those whose calling it is to create wealth. In short, I wish that Wall Street were dominated by the sort of principled leaders prepared by our Bisweta Business School. So in summary, with regard to the academic component, educational component, we can point to accomplishment, commitment to access, our liberal learning values to support our confidence that educational enterprise at Emory is strong and is on a proper trajectory for the future. Now, before I turn to the next section on research and scholarship, I'd like to address those who are standing. I do have some words for their concerns towards the end of this conversation when I talk about community, and I would beg you to be considerate of those who would like to see and hear the remainder of this presentation.